On January 1st of 2025, I decided to embark on a journey across the world to a small, rural village in the northern mountains of Thailand, near Chiang Mai. My camera, a backpack, and myself. The next few weeks were unlike anything I could have conceptualized or expected prior to my arrival. The focus of the trip was to simply photograph the magnificent Asian elephants at Kindred Spirit Elephant Sanctuary. What I didn't expect was to be immersed and honestly mesmerized by a culture, lifestyle, and environment completely foreign to me, but in the absolute best way possible. The simplicity, value of human connection, and close-knit community was much different than the overstimulating pace of life back home in the US. You're so cute! The sanctuary is based in the Ben Naklang village. This is a Karen village. The Karen people are among the largest indigenous group in Thailand, originating from Burma, or Myanmar. Upon arriving, I met the family I was going to be staying with. The living quarters were basic, with bucket flush toilets, no warm water, and mostly outdoor bathroom situations, but comfortable and admirable considering they built all the structures in the village themselves. The entire community sustains themselves by growing their own crops, including rice and corn. As a nurse, one of the most interesting things I observed while living with the locals was their obvious relationship between diet, activity levels, and their health. The elders of the community, including this gorgeous woman here, can live into the triple digits and remain remarkably mobile. The village is located in the most gorgeous, lush mountain range, and our days were filled with hours of hiking through landscapes like this to see the elephants. Hiking through the rice fields to get into the forest meant a lot of FaceTime with the locals' buffaloes. We all established a pretty cohesive relationship despite their judgmental stares. Being able to observe these elephants is thanks to a lot of amazing staff members at Kindred Spirit Elephant Sanctuary. The people here were absolutely amazing, and the organization allows us to fully immerse ourselves into the culture and safely observe, study, and learn about the elephants and community alike.
And so come down close to the river, and then they started the bigger village that you passed whenever you came here. Then missionaries came, and then they started.
Not only the knowledge, but the passion that these people so obviously have for the elephants was so pertinent from the moment I came to the sanctuary. This is Kanda. She's a 19-year-old local and honestly the lifeline of communication, knowledge, joy, and laughter between the organization and the locals. She was such a vital part of my trip and the funniest and most beautiful human being. A lot of the interns here spent their time collecting and studying the behavior and habits of the elephants, including Imogen. She's a vet physio student in England who not only had a lot of passion and knowledge on the subject, but also was a returning intern and hilarious asset to the group. I've traveled solo a lot before, but one of the most eye-opening things about this trip was just how close we all became in such a short amount of time. Coming here as a burnt-out traveling nurse, I was constantly caring for patients and wanted to change. I wanted to help and learn about the captive elephant welfare and conservation projects of Thailand. But honestly, as thrilling as it was seeing these magnificent creatures in person, don't get me wrong, the people really made the biggest impact on me. Now, this shouldn't come as such a shock to me, considering I went into a career literally designed to help people, so it would make sense to feel more of a pull towards the human aspect of this collaborative environment between animal and human. That being said, when I came home from this trip, like a lot of people, they had a lot of questions and asked if I had any need or feeling to want to improve the village in any way, from a medical standpoint, an educational standpoint, a safety standpoint, and my answer is no. These people taught me a lot more about myself and the world in this tiny village than I've learned in a long time. From weaving their own clothes to creating literal baskets and structures out of bamboo, and obviously to cooking their own meals, such as drying these chilies and putting it in every single dish that I consumed that trip, which was amazing. The Karen people primarily practice Buddhism, and we were so lucky to be able to enter the temple and learn and experience a sliver of their religion. When I started traveling when I was 18, I started saying to myself, to be comfortable traveling, you have to be okay with being uncomfortable. I've kept this saying years later by truly immersing myself into another culture with different beliefs, religions, clothing, food, all of it is, in my opinion, a really essential part of just being human. Each morning began with a 6 a.m. wake-up call from either the sun, the roosters, or the locals waking up to prepare some food and start a warm fire. No matter where I'm at in the world, I do try to maintain some sort of small, at least 10-minute routine, at the very least dedicated to myself, such as skincare, a little bit of stretching, and honestly just not running frantically, frazzled to base camp every morning. Although I do sometimes do this on my third nursing shift of the week, I'm not gonna lie. When I'm traveling though, it's pretty easy to wake up knowing that I get to spend my day in the forest in Thailand photographing elephants, eating yummy foods, and working on projects I really care about. Apart from what is your craziest Thailand story or what is your craziest elephant story, the second most asked question I've gotten so far is how in the world do you pack for a trip like this in just a backpack or a carry-on? It has been years of experience at this point being able to travel international with just a carry-on, but I will say at a place like this, you're literally just wearing active hiking clothes every single day, and due to religious and societal norms, you are covering from your shoulders all the way below the knee, so, you have to take that in consideration, and just be conscious of what you're bringing, really. After getting ready and throwing on my shoes, I head over the bridge and walk to base camp. We all meet there every morning around 7 o'clock for breakfast.
Too bad. I woke up in such a good mood. I was like, oh wow, he's actually like...
And after breakfast, we embark on a hike to wherever the elephants may be that particular morning. And after a while, we would come across the elephants, hopefully. No matter how many times I did this hike or saw the elephants, every day was truly something new and remarkable. After getting assigned a particular research category or elephant to study, the interns would begin to collect data, some very difficult to observe through the thick forest.
Oh my god.
And on the contrary, some was very easy to observe, not only through the cornfields, but through some very ambitious vocal cords. Each of the elephants has a special caretaker, called a mahout. These hardworking locals ensure the elephants' safety around the clock. They oversee their health, provide them with extra food, and ensure they are treated with the utmost respect and care. The bond between them is truly something incredible and to be witnessed. After a long hike and spending the day with the elephants, we head back to base camp after having some lunch in the forest.
I would just play with it.
Yeah.
Like fun and
A lot of it is just like,
self
yeah.
esteem.
Yeah, it's just building up really nice together. It's like, it's just like playing.
The sanctuary works hand in hand with the local community to ensure the elephants receive the highest quality of care. This also creates sustainable income for locals like me, who runs her own coffee shop, smoothie shop, and even makes pancakes every morning. After the kids got off school for the day and we were all back from hiking, the whole village was full of everyone, guests, interns, parents, children, and it was such a fun time of day around dusk when everyone was cooking and playing. Kanda spent her time so graciously teaching us a little bit of Karen or Pakanya so we could communicate with our host families.
Yeah, for is like we will use.
Oh, sorry. Oh, efficiency. She just said Yamidilo. I'm so confused. Yamidilo Hashi.
Namidilo. Yamilo.
Yamila Hashi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yamilo.
We all had the opportunity to get a true taste of village life, which included some really amazing meals. This ranged from lots of rice, fresh mango, pumpkin curries, meat, vegetables, chili oil. There's a really famous David Attenborough quote that goes, "If children grow up not knowing about nature and appreciating it, they will not understand it. And if they don't understand it, they won't protect it. And if they don't protect it, who will?" In the short weeks I was living here, I met people from all over the world. Saying goodbye was really bittersweet. But watching Laura, a long-term employee of KSES, say goodbye after an entire year of working and living here, you can see just how special she was, not only to the organization, but also the locals. Kanda wove the skirt she's wearing as a goodbye gift.
I'm gonna be waiting for you.
It's difficult to vocalize the magnitude of what this trip meant to me, but let's just say 15-year-old me, who was aching to experience the world, never would have imagined that my camera and I would be in rural Thailand taking pictures of elephants, that's for sure. To KSES, to every single person in this video, to the family who hosted me and fed me every single day, thank you for an experience of a lifetime.